And what is good, everyone? Welcome to another stream here. Happy Friday night, by the way. Hey, what is good, Jason? Happy birthday to you, my man. Thanks so much for stopping by on your birthday here, guys. Welcome in Patrick, behind the Arc fan, Raptor. What is good, Woody here, and Vaughn. Thank you guys so much all for stopping by. So, throwback today here for everyone. Sweet 16 during this game. This game went into double overtime. Gus Johnson was on the call for this game from 2010, over a decade ago, between these two teams. Gonna call a throwback for you guys. I've been working on like a lot of videos or so that I'll be posting in a couple of days, so that's what I've been doing like the past couple of nights or so. So stay on the lookout. Next few days or something like that. So stay on the lookout to see if you guys are finding any new content on the channel. I do plan to release some stuff, some new videos for you guys within the next like few days or so. Yep, can't go anywhere as this is continuing here, everyone. But welcome in here, guys. Hey, what is good, Dakota? Thanks so much for stopping by. Indeed, this was an incredible game. Double overtime between these two teams. Gus Johnson was still employed by CBS, put the madness into March a decade ago with these two teams. Kansas State came into the tournament as a number 2 seed. This is a Sweet 16 game. And the leading scorer was Jacob Poland with 28 points. Dennis Clemente had 28 points. And then for Xavier, they were a 6 seed. They played in Atlantic 10 at the time. Still in the A10 during that time. 26-9 record to finish off 2010. 14-2 in A10 play. And their leading scorer was Tu Holiday, who scored 26 points in this one. Jason putting out, hope they start testing NBA players. Yeah, play without fans. That'd be great if we can have some like live sports here. That'd be awesome because they need to get this going here. They're thinking about like probably like early May they're gonna have a decision for the NBA, and I think that the latest the NBA finals will be finished by like Labor Day or so like the NFL season can start out, but hopefully they're gonna start to get this stuff in order like very, very soon. So got quite the events going on or so with no NBA now though. They got a game of horse, I think that's supposed to be, I think it's at 7 on Sunday. I'm gonna see if I'm able to stream that one for you guys. I might be able to. The horse game now will be going on. I know Paul Pierce bringing back, coming out of retirement to play horse on Saturday night. So playing some basketball with him. I think Chauncey Billups is in it. I think Trae Young is in it as well once again. Vaughn putting out a Zero by Adriano Celentano was released 1968, and it's a good song he puts here. I'm going to have to take a listen to that sometime. I appreciate it, Jason. Thank you so much, my man. You guys are awesome here on the channel. You guys are awesome here, but in courtesy of the president, stimulus checks should be coming very, very soon. Hey, what is good here, Raptor? Thanks so much, bud, for stopping by. He puts out, so YouTube isn't letting his little bro upload. Sorry to hear that, man. Got his first guideline strike March 25th. Waited like he had to when YouTube said he can't upload, and he still couldn't. Wow, that's terrible, man. Jeez. Hopefully they're able to resolve that, man. That's unfortunate. That is unfortunate. Hopefully they're able to resolve that in the near future. Hey, what is good, Jacob? Thanks so much, bud, for stopping by. Hey, welcome in Harry here. He's got his predictions for the AFC North for NFL for this upcoming season. Hopefully we'll have fans in the stands by then, because hopefully things can trend in the right direction so we can have 70,000, 80,000 people all in the stands together here come September. I hope so. I hope we can flatten the curve and beat it by like the 4th of July or so, hopefully. So he's got the standings here. Ravens at 12-4. Yep, Baltimore. It's going to be so tough to beat next season. They look like they could be in the Super Bowl. Steelers should be much better too with Big Ben back 10-6. Browns at 8-8. Bengals at 5-11. And they should get their hands on Joe Burrow. If they don't, that's going to be like a Bill O'Brien move. Hey, what is good, Woody? Thanks so much for stopping by here again. Sebastian Kurz will be opening small shops next week in Austria. Vaughn's putting out here. Wow. I'm shocked that Austria is like opening up right now. So we're going to get to this game, play-by-play throwback to 2010 here on the channel, as I'll be calling this one for you guys. This was a Sweet 16 game. Xavier versus Kansas State. Kansas State, the number 2 seed. Xavier in the number 6 seed, as we're getting ready to tip off in just a moment here, everyone, as I'll be on the call between these two teams tonight. Hey, what is good? Vegas Vix, man. Thanks so much for stopping by again. 1 second here before we tip off. I'll answer your question, Raptor here. So, either upload again. If they're not allowing your brother to upload it, I would go. I would probably file an appeal with YouTube if he hasn't done that already about the copyright strike. So if he hasn't done that, I'd probably file the appeal with YouTube. But that's really odd that they're not allowing him to like upload videos right now, I guess. Harry's got his AFC standings next season. Yeah, Buffalo looking like they're going to be the front runners. Patriots at 9-7. We'll see what they can do with Jarrett Stidham under center. I feel like this is going to be more like a 2000 season or so with the Patriots rebuilding before they can find anything else. If Bill has his eye on Trevor Lawrence for the following draft or so. Oh, that is awesome. Raptor helped his bro finish today. 52-minute video on the NFL mock draft. That's awesome. So yeah, there's the camera up at the top that it's at on YouTube. It's the top right corner of YouTube, the camera. And it says on the camera, create a video or post. Just click on that, and then there's something that says upload a video, and you should be able to drag and drop the file over. Just make sure that it's like an MP4 file to drag and drop that file over there to upload on YouTube. That 52-minute video. It will probably take a while or so because the upload time is just like almost like an hour or so. So it's probably gonna take a while. Hey, what is good? Cormac White. It's McNutt's back on the channel again. Welcome back in here. That's quite an interesting video to watch here, Vaughn there. Your fingers should not be in your mouth right now during this time. Welcome in, Jamie Cohen. Thanks so much for stopping by. Hello here. Welcome on the channel. Welcome in, Dark Cardinals as well, and Oisin here. Welcome on the channel. What is good here, everybody? So thank you all so much for stopping by. As we're going to get ready for this game right now. This one just tipped off as we get ready for this one. Gus Johnson, back in the day, a decade ago, still employed by CBS, was calling this one as we get ready for some basketball right now. Kansas State in the white uniforms. They get first possession, puts up the jumper right baseline. It's going to be a foul right before the shot. Defensive foul away from the basketball by Xavier. So Kansas State should get it right back. Hey, what is good? Oisin here. Thank you so much. I appreciate it, everybody, for stopping by on the channel here. No basketball going on right now, but they cover college basketball, NBA, play-by-play. I'm doing a throwback here tonight for everyone since we don't really have live sports going on right now. But Oisin Selagot 2004 here. Welcome on the channel. Jumper no good in the key. Rebound goes to Xavier. Xavier takes a three. It's up. No good. Rebound ripped away by Jacob Pullen here of Kansas State. K-State with the ball. Takes a three. That one no good. Off the front rim. Rebound goes back to Xavier. Xavier now with the basketball past half court. Dribbles now right baseline to the low post. Jamel McLean puts it up. That one's too high off the backboard. Gets his own rebound though for Xavier. They're going to put it up now. NFC North, Harry's got here next season. Packers gonna lead the division there, 11-5. Bears at 9-7. Somewhat of a season for Chicago, but uncertainty going into the season about Mitch Trubisky being QB under center. Vikings at 6-10. Wow. Yeah, Stephon Diggs going to Buffalo. That hurt the Vikings as far as the wide receiving core. And then Lions at 4-12 for next year. 2-zip the score here. Hey, what is good here? Thanks so much, Kevin, for stopping by in the stream, man. I appreciate it. That's a 3 taken. Actually, it's going to be a deep 2. Kansas State hits it down. If you guys are new, first timer on the channel, make sure to hit the thumbs up, hit the like, hit the sub here as I call play-by-play. 2-2 the score. 18 minutes left to go as that ball gets tipped into the backcourt. Xavier does get it back, though. Musketeers now with the ball. Xavier has it. Left wing perimeter with the basketball. Hey, what is good? Brandon Myers, thanks so much for stopping by. Oh, man, Kevin's school get canceled for the rest of the season. I hear you, man. Yeah, I heard the state of Pennsylvania canceled school. I think there's like 18 states so far Oh, wow. Chris Mack is your uncle. Brandon is putting out here. That's incredible here, man. 2-2 to score. Welcome to the channel here. All that Deuce, welcome in here. And Luke, yeah. 2-2 to score. 17.5 left to go as K-State has the basketball. This game went into double OT. Throwback to a decade ago as they got inside the low post. K-State floats it up too high off the backboard. Tipped around. Rebound here by Xavier. Musketeers right back with the ball. They have it right wing perimeter into the hands of Holiday. This is when Xavier was back playing in the A10. Went 14-2 this year in the conference and 26-9 overall. Going inside right there. Up and in off the backboard. Counts for 2 by the Musketeers. So they lead 4-2 now to score. 16:50 left to go in the first half. K-State strikes right back there with a 2-point shot inside the key. 16:45 left to go. Xavier drives inside. That shot gets blocked. K-State gets it right back. They're going to set it up now with the offense. Right corner perimeter to the right wing. K-State with the ball. We get a foul here committed by Xavier on the reach and stops the clock with 16:36. So I'm just going to pause here in a second. Yeah, I do think Chris Mack is a really good head coach, Brandon, here. That's awesome that he's your uncle. That's incredible, man. How tall do I think Gus is? Ooh, good question here. Gus Johnson, the man. I'm going to go probably like 5'10 or so for Gus Johnson if I had to take a guess right there. Harry's got NFC East standings here, and everybody's struggling in the East once again. Cowboys going to win it, though, at 8-8. He's got his West here. That's going to be a stacked division besides the Rams as they just keep on dropping and dropping. Yeah, I think LA Rams are going to finish last. Cardinals should be much better, though, and for next season. 4-4 now the score. 16:36 left to go. K-State going to get the ball here right back in the inbound coming up. They inbound it here for K-State. Into the hands of Poland. Bounce pass to the low post. Ball gets deflected out of bounds by Xavier, so K-State will get it right back. It's quite an interesting chat we got going on tonight here. So inbound coming up by K-State inside their front court. We got 16.5 left to go in the first half. This is only the first half here. This looks like Dennis Clemente checks out of the game right now. So K-State now with the basketball. Top of the key into the hands of Clemente. Clemente passes over right wing, dribble drive inside, floats it up, and they get it for 2 right there, up and in off the backboard. So K-State leads by 2, a 3 taken. Xavier is off the mark right there at the right wing. Rebound goes back to Kansas State. 16:10 left to go. K-State now with the basketball. Takes the floater, that one's up and in for 2 more. A 4-point game here. Xavier with the ball. Little throwback for you guys here tonight. Harry's got his NFC South standings next season. Wow, he's high on Atlanta here. 14-2 for the Falcons. Those jerseys they were pulling out yesterday. Those jerseys are fresh right there with the ATL on them that they have for next season. Who has better jerseys, Falcons or Bucks? I'm going to go Atlanta there. Those jerseys looking fresh for Atlanta. I like the ATL that they got. So we're back to action here. 15:50 left to go in the first half. K-State right back with the basketball. Buccaneers throwing it back to I think it's like the period of like 1999 to like 2013 or so, with those jerseys. So throwback to their older uniforms that they wore throughout the 2000s, early 2010s. As K-State goes inside once again, puts it up and in off the backboard, counts for 2 right there. By the Wildcats, they lead 10-4. 15:20 left to go in the first half. Xavier right back with the basketball. Musketeers have the ball as they dribble past the half-court logo. With the ball at the right wing perimeter into the hands now of Xavier. That's number 52, Holloway. Pass it over right corner. Oh, yeah, got quite the action here today. Quite the people characters showing up here. Crawford going inside, floats it up. That shot no good. Rebound goes right back over to K-State. 5 minutes through here. Kansas State right back with the basketball as they move it inside now to the free throw circle. Dribbles now, low post, gonna turn around, jumper, no good. Hit the front rim. They try to chase after the basketball, goes out of bounds. The refs will say it's last touched by Xavier, so K-State will get it right back. Looks like Jason's dad left here for milk. As we get that going on. 14:40 left to go in the first half. 10-4 to score. Kansas State right back with the basketball, right corner perimeter. Moves it over now, top of the key, into the hands of Dominic Sutton here for Kansas State. And back over to Poland. Poland now passes over top of the key. Over to Clemente. Clemente dribbles towards his left, moves it out to the left corner. Poland takes a three. It's up. It's splash right there. Hits it down from behind the arc. And K-State out to a quick 9-point lead with 14 minutes left to go. Giuseppe Conti opening markets next week, Vaughn. Thanks here. Wow. So they are trying to finally open up the economy over there. Oh, interesting. So yeah, they have that function in the chat. I remember they have like the go-to channel in the chat that you could like visit the function. I know they updated like some of the YouTube settings like a couple weeks ago or so. Hey, no problem, Raptor. Thanks so much, bud, for being here and being a part. So he'll stay in here right now. 13-4 to score. Dribble drive inside. K-State or Xavier floats it up and they commit the offensive foul. Run over a K-State player right there in the lane. It's going to go right back over to Kansas State. So K-State now with the basketball. 13.5 left to go. Pass inside into the low post. Going to put up the jumper. Left baseline hits up and it's good. This does not remind you of a game that would go into double overtime with these two teams. Not at the moment here. 15-4 to score. 13:20 left to go in the first half. Yeah, feel free, Raptor, to stay in the chat, my man. Low post. Xavier puts it up. Shot gets blocked from behind. It goes out of bounds. And it's off of Xavier last two. Jamel McLean put it up and it went off of him out of bounds. Serie A might actually resume their season on May 17th. Wow. I'd be shocked if they do resume their season, but if they do, it's going to be with no fans. You can't have fans at this rate. I can't imagine like any fans until like probably like the 4th of July if things get better. That would be in the U.S. though. Italy a little bit earlier, but not like May 17th still. Right baseline jumper. That one's no good. Missed off the mark. Rebound by Kansas State. They pass it now inside to get behind the defense and they lay it up and in for two. Wow, this is a blowout right now. Dennis Clemente. Low post, layup, right behind the defense. 17-4 to score. This does not look like a game so far in the early stages that it would have taken you into double overtime. But so far in this one, it's been all K-State. Behind the Arc fans got a good suggestion here. 93 NCAA final, Michigan against UNC. Good one, Chris Webber. With his time here. I'll make a note of that to myself, my man. Thanks so much for the recommendation. That's great here. I was born in 95, but yep, I remember that. I remember watching the highlights of that game. I think it came down to like the timeout that Michigan, they thought they had an extra timeout. They called a timeout, and then that resulted in a foul. And then UNC got the game as K-State goes inside right there. Low post, they put it up, and they're up 19-4. 17-zip run here. Xavier goes inside. move it back outside. They're going to take a three. It is up, and it is good. They hit the three-point shot from behind the arc, so it's a 12-point game right now. 11:35 left to go in the first half, as that was a huge three-point shot right there by Xavier. So we're going to stop this thing for just a moment here. Wow, Xavier at this stage of the game, they were only 3 for 13 shooting from the floor. Kansas State was 9 for 14 to start out this stage of the game right now. 19-7. They were on a 17-0 run, and then Xavier just nailed down the three. So we're back to action. Clemente with the basketball for Kansas State. K-State out rebounding Xavier 11-5 so far in this one. K-State has it. Top of the key over to Clemente once again with the basketball. They move it over left wing to Poland. Poland and Clemente, those were the two names to know in this game. And also Curtis Kelly, as all three of these players for Kansas State had 20-plus points. Right corner perimeter now for Kansas State, 6 in the shot clock. As they're going to feed it inside. That pass deflected, stolen away right there by Xavier. It's going to go right back to the Musketeers. They have it now left wing perimeter. Going to go right inside. They floated up, and we got a foul right before the shot right there. As Holiday was driving to the bucket. Got fouled by K-State. So 10:55 left to go in the first half. Xavier right back with the basketball here. They move it over. Going to take a three. It's up. It's no good off the back iron. Rebounds goes to Kansas State by Jamar Samuels. As Samuels pushes it up the court. Low post. Underneath puts it up, and no good. Too strong off the backboard right there. He gets a rebound. Goes back to Xavier. Musketeers with the basketball. Dribbles past half court into the hands of Holiday. Holiday right wing perimeter. Dribbles now to the top, makes his move inside, and the drive. Couldn't finish with a left hand. Tons of contact. They get the offensive rebound, and K-State commits the blocking foul on the low post. So Xavier will go to the line, shoot two here. This is going to be number 22 at the free throw line. It's Jamel McLean. Looks like Vaughn's art teacher is Italian, and he did not know that until recently. It looks like, should churches be open this weekend? No. They can do it online, virtually, because that'll create another problem here. That will just let it keep on rising again. We've done a great job so far. We can't get complacent right now. First shot good at the free throw line. 19-8 the score. Second shot coming up by Xavier. I couldn't even get gas today at the gas station. There was like a line of like 20 cars going to the gas station, because we got the cheapest gas in like my town by like, compared to all the other towns, by like 25-30 cents. So the second one's up, second one's good. The gas in my town, because I know the state average for Massachusetts is like it's like either like $2 or like $1.90 something. It's gas in my town today was $1.53. And there was just a line of cars there, which I'm going to go tomorrow to get it, because there were so many that I just decided not to. Didn't want to get into that mess. 10:15 left to go in the first half, and none of the plates were Mass. Like, barely any of the plates were Massachusetts. There was, like, a New York plate, a New Jersey plate, and a bunch of Rhode Islands. 19-9 to score, 10 minutes left to go in the first half. As K-State has the basketball left baseline. Hey, what is good, Gonzaga fan? Thanks so much for stopping by here. Right baseline jumper taken. That one's off the mark. Rebound Xavier. Musketeers with the basketball. Pass right ahead of the pack. They missed the layup but get fouled from behind. So Xavier will go to the line, shoot two with Andrew Taylor. Behind the arc fan put out some dude says he was gonna buy a water bottle even though he was 30,000 away, or 30 kilometers away from his home. Police were not fooled, and he was given a fine. Wow, that's crazy. That is crazy that they gave him a fine just for leaving his house. Like some of these countries, like, they've just gotten so strict because of this. I know, the country of Chile, they have, like, certain days that only women can go out, like, women can go in public, and certain days that only men can go in public. And then Sunday, nobody can go in public in the country of Chile. And India's on, like, a full-month lockdown. I think they're, like, halfway on the full-month lockdown. 19-10 to score. Xavier hits the free throw at the line. Second one was a miss. Kansas State with the basketball. They got inside. right baseline as they back their way into the low post for K-State. Lost control of the ball. There's a scramble for the basketball, and Gonzaga has it. Now they move in transition, going up to the basket. Oh, Swifty move, lays it up and in for two. Lays it up and in for two by Xavier to the basket right there. Xavier lays it up and in for two. Dark blue. Gonzaga fan in the chat right now. Gonzaga and Xavier also dark blue jerseys. Yeah, if he's Italian, he most likely probably already is a Serie A fan, Vaughn, if he does follow soccer. K-State takes the jumper. It is up, and it is good right there for a deep two. And it's back to 9. Xavier right back with the basketball. So the positive about this, the whole country lockdown for a month in India, the positive is that they can see the mountains once again. The pollution was so bad for like 3 decades in the month of India that they couldn't see any pollution, and they couldn't see the mountain ranges like for miles and miles away, and they can finally see it again because the pollution has just gone away now because nobody's out on the roads. 21-12 the score. But the foul is Kansas State just past half court, so Xavier reaches in on the foul. We got 8:30 left to go in the first half. I actually haven't seen the Kentucky mascot back in the day. I'll take a look at it when I do have a chance. That is a 3 top of the key. It's knocked down by K-State. They extended to 12 right now. Xavier with the basketball. They're going to take a 3. It is up and it is good. So back-to-back 3-point shots. 9-point game. I know for if I do a couple of classic throwbacks for you guys, I'm gonna do the throwback Kentucky logo on the thumbnail that they had like going to the throughout the 90s there. So I'm gonna put it to like the time period. That's what I did with the last Kentucky game. I put the logo that they had back in '98. They got the other one with the Wildcat in it. It was back in like the 90s, like early 90s. They had that one. They had it during '92. Kansas State goes inside, low post, puts it up and in for 2 more. As Xavier's got the basketball, dribbles past half court right there, going to take the jumper. This one is up, this one is good for 2. Kansas State on the inbound. Oh, it gets stolen right there. Xavier going to get it back, moves it out. They take a deep 2, it's up and good. So Xavier only drawing winning 6 here. 7:10 left to go in the first half. K-State passes half court. Passes the ball inside, low post, puts it up and good for 2. We got a lot of scoring going on right now. 28-19 the score. 7 minutes left to go in the first half. Xavier right back with the basketball. That would be Curtis Kelly for Kansas State. He's got himself 6 points. Thinking about Chad Kelly, who's NFL quarterback. And now he played college football at Ole Miss. Mr. Irrelevant a couple of years ago in the draft. Xavier going to take a 3. It is up, and it was good, but they're going to get called for the push-off. So it won't count. So they take the bucket off the board. 28-19 the score. 6:37 left to go in the first half as we go on a TV timeout here during this game. So, in Behind the Arc fans country, you can only be out of the house 4 reasons. Health and medical reasons, exercise, grocery, shopping, and work. That's why he was given a fine just to go get a water bottle, man. Which they have them at grocery stores. So yeah, that's interesting. So, because we have like it's a bunch of stuff that's considered to be essential businesses, which it's only 4 reasons here. It looks like what's not listed in Australia is gas stations, which I find shocking because people need to like commute to work and they can't run out of gas, which maybe that's another one there because it's hard to imagine like gas stations not being open. But yep, you definitely need grocery stores, pharmacies, and hospitals. Those are the 3 really big ones. And then gas stations is the other one. So we're going to get right back into this game, 28-19. Yeah, India has 1.3 billion people, so densely populated. And like a lot of those countries like Delhi, Mumbai, tons and tons of people packed into one space. Very wise for them to do a lockdown early, though, there in India, because that could have got really out of control. Yeah, it's gonna shift over to Brazil, and then after that's probably around June. It's gonna be terrible because it's gonna hit Africa like really bad, like the countries in Africa, like South Sudan, Chad, Libya, Congo. It's gonna be Central African republics, like some of the poorest countries over there. It's already spreaded throughout South Africa, but it's gonna get bad in like a lot of those countries in Africa that it's starting like that's recently started there. Kenya and Ethiopia. Oof. I think like we're gonna be probably like towards like the very tail end of it, and we're gonna be helping out African countries because they have no clue. They're not gonna have a clue what's going on. Like they don't even have like running water in a lot of those places and supplies. Hey, what is good, WinValve Fan Club? Thanks so much for stopping by here. Oh my goodness, he's out in Morocco. I'm so sorry to hear that, man. Prayers to you guys out in Morocco. I know. I feel for you guys. Yep, Spain is just getting eaten up. Italy, Germany was the worst today. Hopefully everything's going well with Spartans Gang. I think Spartans Gang, one of my subscribers, is out in Italy. Uncle Pizzle is out in the UK, out in London. I feel for him. I hope everything's okay because I haven't heard from Uncle Pizzle in about like a month or so. So I really do hope that he's okay. 28-19 the score. Got a lot of people on the channel as well. I think from like Dominican Republic too. And hopefully that they're okay. McDonald's ain't open. Yeah, like tons and tons of stuff is closed right now in the U.S. Thanks so much, man, for stopping by. All gonna get through this together and stay strong, my man. And just if I can give you guys some tips here, since we're like most likely like a month ahead of you in the U.S. If people are congregating right now in like packs of like 50, 1,000 people, do not go anywhere near the packs. Just stay your distance and just and if you have to like have a conversation with somebody, stand 6 feet back or more, because once you get like closer than 6 feet, then it can spread through like breathing and like droplets, and that's how it like passes around or so. So that's what we're doing here in the U.S. and that's how we're trying to beat it. It's called social distancing. So they postponed the golf tournament Vaughn's putting out in Morocco in June, and that's being in June in there. Wow, they have tanks driving around the roads. Man, stay safe out there, bud. Wow. So 28-19 the score. But if you got like a group of friends that want to like hang out with you, like 10, 15 people, or like a family or so like something like a party that you have to attend to over there, just say no, because that's just putting like yourself in danger by this time, because it passes from person to person. The more people that you add in, as Xavier hits the 3-point shot with 5:40 left to go, as it's a 6-point game. K-State gonna take a 3 top of the key. It's an air ball, goes out of bounds. Gonna go right back over to Xavier. More people that you get like involved, the more it spreads. Like that's why there's like no organized sports, no live sports going on right now, because you got like 80,000 people packed in like an NFL stadium. Luckily, there's no NFL till September. Or like 15,000 people, 20,000 people packed into an NBA arena, all close together, and it just goes from person to person, since everybody is less than 6 feet in the seats, since the seats are basically next to each other. So 6-point game, 5:27 left to go here. Hopefully we'll start having sporting events soon. The person who's in charge of New Hampshire Motor Speedway, I guess one of the people for the ticket sales, she actually contacted me yesterday. And she asked me how everything was going, because I bought tickets to go to the NASCAR race last year in New Hampshire. And she contacted me yesterday to see how everything was going. They said that they're going to plan to hold the race this year at New Hampshire Motor Speedway. That's what she was telling me, that they do plan to hold a NASCAR race there, which is kind of hard to imagine by this point. Hopefully we turn a corner and make some really just huge changes here for the better by the month of May, because I know the NASCAR race is until like July, I think it's like July 19th, but still, I just can't imagine like 80,000 people in like the same like facility. I just can't. Same here, Windval Fan Club. It's just so odd. So odd when no sports right now. So 5:15 left to go in the first half. We're going to get back to this game here in just a moment. Oh my goodness. That's terrible what China's doing. Jason's putting out there. Total discrimination. That's absolutely awful. Behind the arc fan putting out here. The dude wasn't out to get... Oh, he wasn't out to get water. He was... Oh, he was lying. That's why he was given a fine. Oh, man. Yeah, we need everybody to be 100% honest here and 100% do their parts if we want to all beat this together. Yao Ming is the man here. So what is good, the Asian kid? Welcome back in here. Favorite player in the 2000s, Gilbert Arenas. Classic throwback there to Gilbert Arenas. Yup, Yao Ming on the Rockets. Incredible time with him. 7'6" Yao Ming as we get back to action. 28-22. The score. K-State goes inside. Floats it up. No good off the mark. Rebound Xavier. Musketeers with the basketball. Weaving in between two defenders. They lay it up and in right there to the basket for two. That one goes down by 2 Holiday. So 28-24 to score. This game was, yep, it was in 2010. This was a Sweet 16 game for college basketball. I've been doing like a lot of like throwbacks here from like the past or so games that I didn't cover either because my channel wasn't here from the past, but I've got quite the throwbacks here that I've been doing recently. Got a nice happy birthday to my man Jason here on the channel. Turned 42 here. Maybe someday I'll sing to you guys. Not really in the mood right now, but maybe someday. Australia's 50 yesterday. Vaughn's putting out the numbers here. New Zealand, I know. New Zealand's doing an awesome job. So whatever they're doing, they got to keep it up. I would go with Penny Hardaway as well. That's great there. Behind the arc fan. That's getting lower. Oh, that's awesome. We got some birthdays here. So, Winval Fan Club, his birthday is tomorrow, and he's 19. Awesome, man. Hopefully, hopefully the birthday can go as well as it can go right here. But he is part of the birthday gang along with Jason here. So, Winval Fan Club turned 19. I remember 19. When I turned 19, I can't believe 5 years. 5 years has passed here, but happy birthday as well to Winval Fan Club on the channel. Thanks so much for stopping by here once again. Maybe sometime, Vegas Vix. 4:11 left to go in the first half. Kansas State goes inside right there in the dribble. They got fouled, though. Xavier picks up the foul. They should be going to the line. Shoot. They're going to shoot two with Poland. They're going to pull him out of the game. Hey, what is good, Arku? Thanks so much for stopping by here, man. Yeah, my family's safe as well. We all live together. But everybody's doing well here in my family. I'm actually the only one that's going to work since I'm considered to be an essential worker. My mom, my dad, and my sister, they all work in the school district in my local town. So they don't have to go to work. I'm the only one that has to go to work. First shot good at the free throw line by Xavier. That'd be incredible, that Asian kid. If Jason Tatum could be another Paul Pierce 2.0, that'd be insane there. He had such a great month of February too. Yes, so happy birthday to you too, Jason and Winval Fan Club. Do I think sports will resume in South Korea next month? Ooh. I will say probably, yeah. So, probably without fans. They can definitely do it in South Korea, but probably without fans. 3:45 left to go in the first half. 2-point game. Kansas State takes the jumper. It's off the mark. Rebound goes to Xavier. Man, Kansas State opened up this game as through like the first couple minutes. They went on like a 17-0 run to start out this game here. They were up, I think it was like 17-4 at first right here. This round is from the Sweet 16. It was back in 2010. Xavier goes inside, puts up the jumper. We're going to foul on the court. Going to stop the clock with 3:23. Yeah, so Mass right now is in the surge. We had like over 2,000 cases today. So welcome in Bradley here on the channel once again. So yeah, we had 2,000 cases today, but the thing about Mass is that we've been testing like a ton. That's the thing. So we've been like testing like a bunch of people in our state. Where like other states haven't really been testing that much. And a lot of states have like already peaked. I think they're probably going to open up Vermont, New Hampshire, and Maine first, because those cases are they're really low. Like Maine, I think the state of Maine had like 26 cases today. Like that is it for the state of Maine. And they're pretty populated on the seacoast. And Portland's got 60,000 people in the city. And they got, I mean, a couple decent sized places, but it's nothing like my state in Massachusetts or like Connecticut, where there's like a lot of cities, or New York. New York has a ton of cities. That's why they have the most cases. New York City being the biggest. Then they have other like gigantic cities layered all over the place, like Buffalo, Syracuse, Rochester, Albany. A lot of metropolitan areas out there. Xavier got fouled. Going to go to the free throw line. First shot's up. First one's good. Second one, no good, off the mark. Rebound Kansas State here. 3:10 remaining. And this Cantor saying that Jason Tatum is going to be the next Tom Brady in Boston. That'd be classic if he can do that. Oh yeah, Tatum is a beast. So baseball happening. WinVal putting out, but no fans and the players are wearing 3M masks. Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see what in the world they do with Major League Baseball coming up. I think they're going to play in like Arizona. But how are they going to, because I know they're going to have to test every single player before each game. And then when the player slides, they're basically breaking the 6-foot social distancing rule. Same as basketball. So they're going to have to test every single player in order to play these sports games. 2:40 left to go in the first half. 1-point game. Kansas State now with the ball. Moves it out. Going to take a deep two. It is up. No good. They get the offensive rebound, though, off the front rim and put it up and in. For two right there. It goes down by K-State. So the Wildcats lead by 3, 30-27, 2:25 remaining. And Xavier's got the basketball. Who plays the winner? It would be this game was back in 2010, so it was part of the Elite. The Elite 8 would be the one after the Sweet 16. That would have been Butler. So Butler would have played the winner of this game. That was back in 2010, where Butler's tale was told there's the Cinderella in the tournament that they took on Duke. That was in the national title game. That was with Gordon Hayward too. So throw back to a Celtic right there. Gordon Hayward back in 2010 as Xavier's got the basketball. They go into the backcourt with it. That's going to be a backcourt violation by the Musketeers. So it goes right back over to Kansas State. 2 minutes left to go right now. Yeah, I would definitely get the vaccine there. I would recommend everybody to get it. It's probably going to be like mandatory for everyone to get it once they go to the doctors. And yeah, I kind of already knew, Vaughn, that you like to watch South Korea sports. So 1:45 left to go in the first half. K-State now with the ball, driving to the bucket, floats it up too high off the backboard, ripped away in the boards here by Xavier. Musketeers have it. Moves it over to the left corner, shot fake, left baseline, dribbles, they take it inside and lay it up and in for two off the backboard. It counts right there by Dante Jackson. It's a 1-point game with 1.5 minutes left to go. We get the stoppage in time with 1:24 now with a whistle and a foul. It's going to be picked up by Xavier. Yeah, because this is just spreaded so fast. So behind the arc fans putting out, it only SARS only affected some Asian countries, while this is affecting everyone because the spread rate for it's absolutely crazy. That it goes from person to person to person. It's just rapid, and you can't tell who has it because the incubation period. I think the average of the incubation period is like 5 days. So 30-29 now is the score as we get back to action with 1:24 left to go. I think it was Kyle Singler. I feel like, yeah, he was the most valuable player of the 2010 tournament. So it happened to be Kyle Singler in 2010. Let's see here, I'm going to see the box score of this game. Free throws at the line, Kansas State. First one's up, first one is good. If I can get the point totals here. Okay, so yeah, Kyle Singler 19 points in the national championship. And that was for Duke. They won 61-59 the final. Oh, that was I think it was UConn Syracuse, but 2010 UConn versus Pittsburgh. Kemba, yep, Kemba's game winner over teammate Brad Wanamaker behind the arc fan is pointed out there. It got some classics, man. Classic stuff that we've got here. I think it was something. It was crazy. The UConn game that went into like, what was it, 6 overtimes. Syracuse, yeah, Syracuse UConn. Okay, that was from 2009. Crazy. So that was the conference tournament. Quarterfinal game of the conference tournament. March 12th, 2009. Longest game in college basketball history. 6 overtimes there. So that was a year before 2010. Wow. Because I briefly like remember like shades of that game like watching it. First shot up and good right there at the free throw line by Xavier. Interesting comment here by Vaughn. So he thinks next week that people will do a video, or that guy will do a video of himself biting his nails. Well, number one, he is nervous. Number two, you should not be putting your fingers in your mouth right now. Oh, awesome. So WinVal is playing NCAA 2010 before he goes crazy. That's good right there to keep your mind off of this stuff going on. So that's actually really good. Second shot good at the free throw line. Kansas State with the ball. They cough it up. Xavier steals it on the dribble drive to the bucket. Now for Xavier, they float it up, and it gets tipped out of bounds. So Xavier will get the inbound here with 48 seconds left to go. Alright, so 48 seconds remaining. Let's see here what we get. This is a recruit. Raptor putting out here with time being to the end of college basketball approaching the NBA playoffs. NBA playoffs classics or no? Yeah, I do plan to do some NBAs if some NBA classics if we don't like get any NBAs like NBA games going on here like very well soon, as that is first one a miss at the free throw line. Second one's good by Xavier. So 32-31 the score right now. Vegas Vic's playing Madden 20, just took a big L. Oof. Sorry to hear that, man. Hopefully, better luck during the next one. But hopefully we'll get some NBA here back in, like, a little bit. I might do a horse coming up. I think the first horse competition, 7 o'clock on Sunday. Let's see, Josh Christopher. Let's see his schools right here. Arizona State, Kentucky, Michigan, Missouri, and UCLA. Ooh. It's probably... He still has to go someplace. Let's see here. It's looking more like it could be Michigan right now, according to this website. So, Jawan Howard looks like he's probably going to pursue Josh Christopher. Also, Kentucky's landed like tons and tons of recruits here. So they got the #1 recruiting class for 2020. So they're already loaded with recruits anyway. And then Missouri is on this list. That would be huge for Missouri because they haven't been in the tournament in quite a while. UCLA, that team's going to be good next season. No, the game of horse that they're doing for the NBA. So, that's what they got going on. Hey, what is good? Alex, man, from the DMV Sportsnet. I appreciate Bud for stopping by here. He has made an appearance today on the channel once again. Yep, he's going to need to wash his hands if he's going to do that, Vaughn, and you got to wash your hands really good. So 32-31 Xavier by 1 right now. Yep. Classic game of horse basketball with Paul Pierce in a private gym. Like I'm interested to see like how in the world they're going to do that. Like streaming from like all the people's gym setup. Like ESPN's going to have to give like everybody a setup there to so they can do the broadcast and take it. And they're going to have to see what their opponent does too. 30 seconds left to go before halftime. 12-second differential shot clock and game clock right now as they pass it right corner perimeter. K-State with the ball, and we get a foul away from the basketball. I think it's going to be offensive by K-State. Yeah, it looks like it's going to go back to Xavier here with under 30 seconds remaining. Maryland on pace to end the school year. Yeah, I think every single state's going to end the school year. I just can't see any students going back in school systems unless you live in a state that has like 20 cases right now that it keeps on going down and down and down. That's where I only see it. Maybe if you go to a school system with like 15 students or something like that in the middle of nowhere, or like or if you go to like a like if you're part of like an Indian reservation that it hasn't hit yet because you stay at the reservation all day and you never go anyplace. Davidson against Gonzaga 2009. What a throwback there. I think I did that one with it was 2008 I think with Steph Curry. Hey, what is good, Triet? Thanks so much, man, for stopping by. Yep, gonna be a wrap of school. School's out forever. 10 seconds left to go before halftime. Xavier up by 1 here on a throwback. It's gonna be an offensive foul against Xavier, though, so Kansas State gonna get it back. Final 10 seconds left to go before halftime in this game. Vaughn hasn't been in his new school. Oh, he's been in his new school since November 26th. Yep, I remember on November 20th, 2019. That was the date right there that you have always pointed out. Moving away, and actually it's much better than going back to your new school every single day. As K-State goes inside, floats it up too high off the backboard as the shot will not count, and we go into halftime. Xavier leads by 1 here. Throwback to a decade ago. 32-31 is the score here after half number 1. Vegas Fix hasn't heard anything about Rhode Island closing schools for the rest of the school year. Yeah, they're probably going to most likely close schools, but I think Gina Raimondo is taking it like little by little. Like, I think that she knows that she will close schools, but she is taking it basically like day after day after day. She's probably going to have like an announcement. I think she said she'll have an announcement either next week or next week or the following week. Well, I do Villanova National Championship game. Yes, that's another one I do plan to do. There's so many ones I do plan to do, but that was an incredible game. Nova against UNC. As we get back to action here, we just at halftime. I'm going to get back to the second half. So Xavier at this point was leading 32-31 against Kansas State. I'll change this to the second half. We're back for second half basketball. Xavier puts up a three. It's up. No good off the back iron. And we got a foul here and a rebound by Kansas State. So quick foul here. 13 seconds into the second half by Kansas State. I mean, second half by Kansas State. Xavier inbounds. Oh, they mishandled the inbounds. The ball gets intercepted. Turned over right there. Kansas State going to dribble drive to the bucket. They lay it up and in for two. So you take back the lead. Hey, what is good? Chris S, man. Thanks so much for stopping by, bud. I appreciate it. Doing well. Staying safe here. Hopefully all is well. Yep. I wish so too, man. I wish that these games were actually live for now. I do have some content that I do hope to get in a couple of days or so. Very soon on the channel. Some new videos that I've been working on, like top 10 lists and everything, surprises, disappointments of the season, stuff like that I want to do, and teams that's improved. A lot of things I want to do in the next few days. As Xavier goes inside, puts up the jumper, it's up and in for two there. It's a 1-point game. Another one I want to do is like a way too early top 25. I want to like do it like each and every month or so, or like every 2 months, but there's been a lot of stuff going on. Another video I want to do is like the whole transfer portal right now, because everything going down in the transfers has been crazy. I'm just gonna wait probably like another week or two to do that one, because there's gonna be like a lot of announcements, I think, like this upcoming week for transfers. So yeah, I got some interesting content for you guys, hopefully very soon. Yep, November 20th is a day that Vaughn will never forget. So to the free throw line, Xavier gets the rebound as Kansas State shot three at the line. First two went in. Third one, they were fouled from behind the arc. So the third one was a miss. It's 35-34. Hey, I appreciate it, WinVal Fan Club. My girlfriend actually sewed this pillow for me. It was my Christmas gift that she gave to me. So just a little addition to the channel we got going on. 1-point lead, K-State. Xavier with the basketball. They go inside. A left-hand layup. Too high off the backboard. No good. Rebounds. Goes right back over to Kansas State. They take it past the half-court logo for the Wildcats. Move it over around the perimeter now. Over to the top to Poland. Poland going to take a three. It's off the mark. They get the offensive rebound. Dribble back outside with it. And they move it back over to Clemente. Clemente here with the basketball. 2 minutes through the second half so far. Kansas State bounce pass inside, and they go up with a right-handed layup. They get it up and in for two more. So 37-34, the score at this point. Xavier's got the basketball right back. That is right. Jalen Green is another one. Let's see here. I'm taking a look at 2021. I got to put up 2020 here for my list. Xavier with the ball, and we got a foul on the court right now, picked up by Kansas State. So Xavier's going to inbound. I'm going to stop this for just a moment. Hey, what is good? Goody Reed, thanks so much for stopping by again here, man. I appreciate it. So yeah, Jalen Green, according to ESPN, he's the #1 recruit coming in. Still hasn't listed the squad. I think it's gonna be next week. I think I saw on John Rothstein's Twitter for CBS Sports. I think he's gonna make his announcement next week. Who else here? I'm trying to see who else hasn't signed. Cade Cunningham's gonna be just insane next year if all goes well for Oklahoma State. They should be much better for next season. Greg Brown and Josh Christopher. Those are two other ones. Kumunga in 2021. Putting out here. Let's see. Bringing up Jalen Green's list. Looking at this on ESPN. This is too bad. He has oh my gosh, this is a long list. He has like a laundry list of teams right here for Jalen Green, and he's only visited 4 of these programs. He's only visited Oregon, Auburn, Memphis, and Kentucky. Now the thing about Auburn is that Auburn's just not going to be good next season because they graduated basically, I think they graduated like 8 seniors or so. So if he commits to Auburn, that would help him out a ton there. If not, Auburn is going to finish with like 8 or 9 wins, most likely. But tons of teams are on this. I think we can write off some of these teams on this list, like Cincinnati. Cincinnati's on this list. Fresno State. UCLA is on his list. That could be one. That could be dangerous there for UCLA, looking like a team that they could be dangerous for next season. I think we could write off UNLV and UTEP. Like that'd be a shocker if he took those. Villanova's on the list. UConn, but he's out in California, so I don't think by now he's gonna go over to UConn. I would say probably Oregon, Arizona, Florida State's on the list too. Kansas is on the list also. So many teams here. Villanova. Wow. I can picture, I'll say here, I can picture him at UCLA for Jalen Green. Yep, and Evan Mobley going to USC here. Triet putting out too good for Evan Mobley, 7-foot center. I got the whole recruiting thing up here right now. So we're going to get right back into this game. Hoping that Jalen Suggs shows football over basketball. When he's at the non-football school. Yeah, behind the arc fan putting out UCLA. I can picture it too. They're bringing in a really strong class for next season. They should be much better too. Ooh, Maker here. He's right outside the top 10 according to ESPN. So let's see what his goals are like. He's out in Phoenix, and he doesn't have Arizona on his list. He's another one that has UCLA. He could be one that could go to Oregon, I feel like. Probably Oregon on that list. Auburn is another one. Like if Auburn lands both of those players, that'd be huge for Auburn because right now they're struggling for next season. They don't have like anything. They have like basically a bunch of bench players for next year. Kansas is on the list too. Kentucky's got already a ton of recruits anyway. They get the #1 recruiting class coming in so far. I think it's probably because he's out towards the Southwest. So USC, UCLA, Oregon, Washington. Washington is on both of these players' lists here. Jalen Green's and Maker here. So for Maker, I think it's probably going to be Oregon or UCLA most likely. If I had to see, I'm just taking like a guess or so. Probably usually wrong. Yeah, it's Chris S putting out we have like all the blue wrenches here in this one. Well, this isn't a live game, so I don't expect like new people on the channel trying to like find my stuff and things like that. It's been really tough to like get like new people onto like the channel or so very lately. Hey, what is good, Avery on Sportscaster? Thanks so much for stopping by. 37-34 is the score. 17-10 left to go in the second half, and a throwback here to March Madness of 2010 Sweet 16 between these two teams. Pass into the low post right there to Xavier, gets blocked from behind, and Musketeers going to have the basketball back on the inbounds. Behind the arc fan going to go his mock draft, say Jalen Green going to Fresno State. Man, that'd be quite interesting there for Fresno State. Would be like the new Dayton Flyers for next season if he does go there. Xavier goes inside, puts it up and in. That shot counts for 2. 37-36, 16:50 left to go in the second half. As Kansas State takes a three, left wing, it is up, it is good. Hits the triple down from behind the arc by Jacob Pullen, and K-State leads by 4. Hey, what is good, Avery? Thanks so much, bud, for stopping by. Hopefully all is well going on, and staying safe out there, my man. 40-36 now. Xavier right back with the ball, moves it around the perimeter, right wing. Triet thinks Zaire Williams out to UCLA. He's another one that hasn't announced yet. Yeah, Vaughn pointed out when H1N1 was here 2009, didn't cancel sporting events because it didn't spread like this. Like this spread from person to person. That didn't. Unless it spread just through like if you get like coughed or sneezed on. But this just spreads like if you're within like 6 feet or less from somebody breathing in the same air. Right baseline. Xavier going to put up the jumper. It's up and they get fouled, so they're going to go to the line, shoot 2. Oh, yeah, definitely, Jason. I do plan to do Christian Leitner, the shot, very soon as well. There's so many games I want to do. All the great talented players. Imagine that if they committed a PC. That would be crazy, my man. Vegas Vix. They're going to get some transfers there. Next season, Ed Cooley stacking up on transfers. Same as the year after. Yup, look at Steph Curry, man, playing for Davis in college. Gets his NBA rings. Avery doesn't know why he likes watching my streams on YouTube instead of Sportscaster. Probably the layout here, since Sportscaster isn't allowing me to do like a generated scoreboard for because they usually provide me the scoreboard for the live stuff, so that's probably why. And I create my own like content over here as far as like plugging it in. So 40-36 now the score. Kansas State gonna get back to basketball. 15:50 left to go in the second half. And also there's way more people in the chat as well. So they get the ball left wing perimeter. And I'm like using the microphone on the camera or so, in the video quality too, because the other one on Sportscaster, the video quality is just the built-in camera, because I didn't want to go out and buy two separate two separate cameras there for like $100. 15:20 left to go in the second half as Kansas State lays it up and in for 2 there. Back to Xavier with the basketball. They move it inside to the left baseline. Back in the way, going to take the jumper. It's off the mark. Gets the offensive rebound, puts it up, and the shot gets blocked from behind, out of bounds, though, touched by K-State. So Xavier will inbound it coming up. Yup, 2012 is another one here. Jason is reminding me of 2012 national title game against Kansas. What a team there. So loaded. Left baseline jumper. It's up, and it's good right there by Xavier. Puts it right back to 4. Yeah, Sportscaster is weird. For like mobile devices, it's really weird. Some of the people have watched it, like watch my streams, and they tell me that I'm like not moving on the stream. Sometimes there might be like some like glitch or something that I try to stream, and then I get kicked off for some reason. But it happens like once in a while. I think it happened on the triple header day back in late February. K-State with the ball now. Dribble drive inside. Floats it up. They get it for 2 more. This game keeps on going between 6 and 4 right now as far as the point totals. Yeah, I would expect that definitely with the season that we had, Avery. For sure, there will probably be somebody in the Final Four. I wish things would have been totally different than they were right now. Hopefully we'll have the best tournament possible in 2021 as Xavier goes inside. They score right there for 2. So back within 4. That indeed, full loaded team back in 2012. Left baseline. K-State feeds it inside. Ball tipped, deflected out of bounds. The Wildcats going to get it back in the front court here. It's going to go right back over to K-State. So 13:54 left to go. Get right back into action here. As K-State inbounds, it goes inside the low post, puts it up, floats it up. That one's off the back iron, no good. And gets rebounded by Xavier. Xavier in transition, going to take a three. It is up, and it is through. So hits the triple. It's a one-point game here. Timeout on the floor, 13:34 left to go in the second half between these two teams. Hey, there's Tria and Vegas Vix over on Sportscaster. Welcome in on that platform as well. Yeah, it was a pandemic, but it didn't spread like this, Vaughn. Like, it didn't spread rapidly. Like, not even close to what this was. What a game, Jordan, bringing up Jordan Crawford here. The real reason why Xavier was able to have quite the game during this one. Because, Jordan Crawford in this game, though. But we'll see what the outcome is later in this game. He was crazy. 32 points in this one. Yeah, Avery putting out about Boston University, BU, where my girlfriend went and graduated college. And I wish I was able to call a BU game for you guys this year in the tournament. They had won the Patriot League. And better luck next year. He just feels like Boston University would shock people in the tournament. Well, they would have been a playing team as a 16 seed, so they would have to get paired up with Baylor. That's who they would have needed to get paired up with a matchup there. Like, if they had got paired up with Baylor, they could win that. BU versus BU, Baylor University versus Boston University, because Baylor was good defensively, but the thing is, they weren't able to, like, shoot the ball lights out, like, constantly with Baylor. Like, they struggle shooting the ball from the floor, but they'd win games by shooting, like, 35-40% from the floor. Whereas, like, if BU would have got paired up against Kansas, it probably would have been Kansas. They would have got probably just totally crushed, because Boston, BU was a lot of, like, low post there with Max Mahoney, their senior, because I watched BU a lot this season, a couple of times with my girlfriend, so I know, like, the whole, like, ins and out of, like, how their team is, like, running stuff, how, like, they run plays and stuff for Boston University. They have two really solid tall players for size in the team, though. Actually three. But Walter White was a great rebounder. Max Mahoney was the low post dude that you double team him inside a low post. Try to get isolation. It was still tough there. Yeah, they were to get crushed by Kansas because Udoka Azubuike would have been right all over Max Mahoney, taking him out of the game. And then they would have struggled all over the place. Yep, hopefully that does happen. My man Vegas Fix with Providence blowing up in a few years. Hopefully they're a top 25 team if we have basketball this upcoming season. Back into the game. Xavier misses a shot off the mark. Rebound Kansas State. We got a foul picked up by Xavier at half court. Rick Pitino is coaching at Iona. So he is out in New Rochelle, New York, coaching at a mid-major school in the part of it's the conference MAAC. It's a Metro Atlantic Athletic Conference, MAAC, a mid-major called Iona. So out of all the places, he goes there. So if he recruits like he's done in the past, this team's gonna be the new Gonzaga. It's a different it's a different Walter White. It's somebody you probably don't know. I think he was injured last year. He played at Boston University. So we're back into the game, 44-43. Kansas State feeds it low post. We get a foul picked up inside, away from the basketball by Xavier. Somebody ranting on about McDonald's' Happy Meal, Vaughn's putting out here. They added healthy stuff in the Happy Meal back in 2011. Yeah, probably all because of that whole Super Size Me video. Like that, I never eat McDonald's. Like, it's so unhealthy. Kansas State goes inside, floats it up. That shot is up. That shot is good right there for 2 by the Wildcats. They get fouled as well, so they'll go to the line, shoot the and 1. That pass into the low post. This pass right there. It goes up and in off the backboard. Definitely, I hope so, man, Vegas Vix. Would Udoka be in a freak of nature in the future of the NBA? Because a lot of people, a lot of the scouts don't really like want to go for Azubuike in the NBA. They think that he's just going to be like a regular center, like nothing really special. But he could very well be a hidden gem that people sleep on if he's able to keep on doing what he did in college. So 46-43 now the score. Xavier right back with the ball as they dribble past half court. Yeah, me too, Avery. Great point right there. I'd be interested to see how the Big Ten would have finished. Rutgers, Michigan State, Penn State, and others. Purdue was on the cusp of not making it in. Purdue, I think, finished 16-15, so they would have had to win out to make in. The other conference would have been the American. The American and the Atlantic 10. Those two conferences. UConn was on a run. UConn, I think, finished 19-12. They were on a run. Tulsa was a favorite going into the American Conference tournament if they had been able to find their way past Houston. And also Cincinnati was up there. Cincinnati and Wichita State were on the bubble. Like, Houston was the only team safe during, like, the final week of action if there had been an actual bracket this year. Atlantic 10, St. Louis was on a run. Richmond was on a run. It would have been interesting with those teams. Rhode Island was on the bubble at the time, but they were dropping games, but all they had to do was just find confidence and just be able to make a run of their own, and it would have all depended on who wanted it more to be a part of the tournament. But St. Louis, if they had made a run and won the entire A-10 conference tournament, I wouldn't have been surprised there, but we'll never know the answer because unfortunate how this whole season has went down. A lot of questions unanswered. Yep, Rutgers was ready to snap that streak. Should happen next season, though, for Rutgers. As the free throw is good at the line. First one was a miss. Second one was good, though, by Xavier. 11:50 left to go in the second half. Kansas State with the ball. Passes over right corner perimeter. Moves it over to the left wing. My man Vegas Vix craving for some Popeyes. Right now, I wish I had that in my area. I've never tried Popeyes before, but I know they have it in the food court, the Providence Place Mall, but no mall is going on right now. Nothing open. 3 is good from downtown by Kansas State. Xavier's got the basketball. They take a 3. It's off the mark. They get the offensive rebound, though. Musketeers have it. Into the hands of Andrew Taylor. Passes over left corner. Going to take a 3. It is up. It is good. Hits it from behind the arc. That is Brad Redford. For Xavier, puts it now to a 2-point game. So 11 minutes remaining right now. 2-point game. K-State with the basketball. Hey, thanks so much, Jason, for stopping by. And you'll stay safe. Have a happy Easter. I appreciate it, my man. Stay safe here, everybody. And happy birthday to you. 42. So happy birthday, my man. And thank you so much for stopping by once again, bud. Avery had McDonald's today, as we spoke of it a few minutes ago. I'm trying to I don't go out anymore to like restaurants or like fast food places until this is passed, because I just don't trust what happens to my food. Free throws at the line. As Kansas State hits the shot, they go to the line, they hit the and 1, so they lead 52-47. Off the made bucket right there in the free throw. Hey, what is good, my man? Little Man No Sports. Thanks so much, brother, for stopping by. It's going well here. Staying safe. Vote Democrat on the channel. He's sad right now. Just stopping by. Sorry to hear that. Vote Democrat. But thanks so much for stopping by here. Who do I think's the next dark horse team in college basketball for next season? Ooh. I would go probably next year. I would look to UConn for next season to be much better there for next year. They're gonna make they're making their transition over to the Big East Dan Hurley should be able to get them into the tournament. So UConn definitely going to be a team to watch out for next season. St. Louis. St. Louis will be one dark horse team next season, either St. Louis or Richmond as part of the A10. Richmond, I think, gets back their entire starting five. And St. Louis, the entire roster is back. Hassan French and Jordan Goodwin did declare for the draft. As the free throws, both go down right there by Xavier. But if French and Goodwin do come back for their senior seasons, that is just going to be one tough St. Louis team, because that will mean that 0 players have left from the past season there. So yeah, those two teams in the A10, it's going to be an interesting conference, Richmond and Xavier, for next season, as that shot too strong off the backboard, no good by Kansas State. Rebound by Xavier here. As Vote Democrat is leaving. Well, welcome in, and thanks so much for stopping by. Xavier puts up the jumper. That one's off the mark. No good. Rebounds. Goes back to K-State. Should leagues cancel their season or suspend their season? Vaughn's putting it out here. Well, if they haven't already done so, they got to do that. Unless you're the WWE, where you're only doing only having like 5 people out or so for the WWE, but still, there's a risk. There's a risk that you can get it with sweaty bodies rolling on top of each other, like Gronk did during WrestleMania last week. So 52-49, Kansas State just committed the offensive foul. Ball goes back to Xavier. Do I think when Ebola was here they canceled sporting events? Well, no. I remember there was like a case in Dallas, Texas that somebody got it, and everybody was freaking out about Ebola. That was when I was a freshman in college. Everybody in my college freshman seminar class, we were all like freaking out about it, and then it just never transferred. It was never anything like this, like a global pandemic. 52-49, Vegas Vix is back on YouTube here. He was part of Sportscaster a couple minutes ago. 9.5 left to go in the second half. Kansas State right back with the ball, moves it around the perimeter to the right wing, passes over top of the key, lost control of the ball, gets it right back though with Poland. Poland loses it once again, ball deflected, and we got a foul right here, right at half court. As Xavier and Kansas State player collide, trying to get after the basketball. Gonzaga's fans only at 5%. Hopefully he'll be able to charge that. That'd be highly recommended to charge that phone if you're near an outlet. But if you have to go, no problem here if there's no charger near you. Feel free to stay on if there is a charger, though. There's a foul by Xavier at the half court, so Kansas State will go to the line, shoot in the bonus. Gonzaga fan also playing NBA 21, 128-90. Awesome, man. Congrats with your victory. First shot's up. First shot's good at the free throw line. 53-49 the score. Yeah, when Zika was here, they should have canceled the Olympics. Vaughn is putting out that was back in 2016. Yeah, I remember that, with a huge concern about Rio, that they couldn't even get the Olympics in, because that was a huge problem. Luckily, we were able to get it in, which was good. 54-49 to score. Hopefully, we'll have a 2021 Olympics. Hopefully, we'll have a 2021 March Madness, NFL season, and all regular sports will be back. As that ball gets turned over, K-State goes inside, reverse-handed layup. Miss right there off the back iron, but they get the offensive rebound, put it back, and it's up and in for 2 more. 7-point game right now with 8:45 remaining. Xavier right back with the ball, and they're going to take a timeout in the court. So Chris Mack takes the timeout now, 56-49. So we'll get right back into this game. Yep, the peak for the U.S., I think it's going to be like either tomorrow or the next day, so either Saturday or Sunday most likely for the peak. For my state, it's anywhere between today and the next 10 days or so. So April 10th to April 20th is the peak here. But at least we're not like some other states where the peak is out in like May or so. Speaking about the peak here, because my area is probably going to be April 20th. out where Vegas Vix is in our neighboring state in Rhode Island, Gina Raimondo is saying that the peak is going to be anywhere from like mid-April, like April 17th, anywhere to like mid-May. She is saying the peak is. She says that about those that whole like projection chart. She thinks it could go anywhere from mid-April to mid-May. She says that the projection, she's not lining her beliefs up with the projection charts that they have going on. I think the projection chart has Rhode Island way later, like something like April in the 20s or so, like April 25th maybe. Silvio de Souza, classic there. Vegas Vix bringing up with a stool that he had hanging over his head. What a season! What a season it was of college basketball, right there. Summed up in one picture, basically. 58 to 40, 56 to 49 to score. 7:40 left to go. That was a massive slam dunk. Throwing it down right there. Xavier with a jam puts it back to a 5-point game. Oh, that's awesome. WinVal is going to hop over on SoundCloud. Thanks so much for stopping by here, WinVal. I appreciate it, man. Anytime, feel free to stop on by once again. I should have some videos here over the weekend. I'm thinking about doing some gaming videos here for you guys over on the weekend, since I'll have some time to go into the other room and record some videos where my gaming system is set up. But I have a classic throwback to a PlayStation 2. I got March Madness 2006, March Madness 2001 there, so classic throwbacks I have. But thanks so much, WinVal, for stopping by here. Stay safe out there in Morocco. And we'll get through this together here, everybody. Who will be the best out of these four for next season? Texas A&M, Richmond, UConn, or Oklahoma State? I'm going to go Oklahoma State there. So Cade Cunningham, he's going to be a game changer for next season if he is healthy and he is on top of his game. I will go Oklahoma State. They should be much better for next season. And then I will probably go Richmond. Richmond retains the 5 seniors for next year. They don't really have like that much size, I don't think, for Richmond, but they are a team that can score for sure, and a good scrappy team that can definitely steal the ball. So we are only in the second half for this one. 6:50 left to go, so 6:50 remaining right now. Maybe sometime I can do a gaming live stream. Not sure how I'm going to set it up, though, because I know John does his gaming live streams. I think he has like 2 cameras that he sets up for his. I've only got 1 camera, so I'm going to have to face the camera over to the game. But you guys will probably be able to hear my talking during the game, but probably not going to be able to see my face or so like you guys do here. That's a jumper. It is up. It is good. From behind the arc by Xavier with 6:40 left to go. So 6:40 left to go in the second half. Vegas Vix pointing out, I only had PS4. We could have played COD Warzone. What's out here? I'm not really like a big gamer. I have like all the retro games, but I never like bought like any like video game machines like once I started getting older or so. Left baseline jumper. Kansas State delivers right there for 2. Going back and forth right now. So 6 minutes, 10 seconds remaining. Yes, I remember that. Back in the... Alright, that was interesting. I don't even think I can see the chat or anything. I don't even know if I'm going on or here. If you guys can see me, feel free to type in the chat. I'm going to see if I can move the chat once again. That is very odd. We just lost power for like 5 minutes over here. It's like 50 mile per hour wind gust, but we should be back. We should be back, I believe. I think we just lost power. Just trying to set up and see if everything is going through. I'm going to bring up my chat over here. Alright. Interesting. Oop. Okay, it's back. Yeah, big oof. That was a big oof, and of course it says lost the chat, so I'm gonna bring this up. Luckily, we were only halfway through the game, basically, so that's the positive here. I guess we were only halfway through the game. Yep. So yeah, we had just lost power. Crazy. So the wind just knocked us off for power. It flickered, but we're back here. So if we do lose the stream, must be that we lost power for good. It flickered, but yeah, it's been blowing really hard over here lately. So it looks like at this stage of the game, we had 5 minutes 47 seconds. Hopefully, have people come back in here to the next one or so. So 5 minutes 47 seconds left to go in the second half right now. And Raptor was here. I think he left, but yeah, I heard about the DePaul players. They just scrolled up on the chat. So he's got a 6th season of eligibility. As we're back here, as we'll get right back into the game. So Crawford has 16 points right now for Xavier. And Kansas State's got the basketball, and he moved it around the perimeter. Left wing into the hands of Poland. Poland bounce pass left baseline now with the basketball. Takes the jumper and the key. Hit the front rim. Off the mark as it rolls around right there and gets tipped out of bounds. Going to be a big call on the court right now to see who that was last touched by out of bounds. Got 5:31 left to go in the second half. So yeah, big oof right there, losing power at the house. The whole lights just flickered. Hopefully that just never happens ever again. Because then went down the whole Xfinity internet. At least it wasn't like an actual game. Like, that would have been terrible if it was like an actual game. Xavier gets the inbound, takes the jumper. It's up and it's good for 3 right there from behind the arc. So Xavier hits the 3-point shot. 5:31 left to go. They were also fouled. They're going to have one shot the line. They hit it. This game's tied up 58 even. This game is... The good thing about this stream is that this game went into double overtime, so we're only like halfway through the game right now. So hopefully we'll be able to get people back on here. Big oof for losing power. Looks like that was the wind's fault. Xavier right back to the line again. It's up and it's good. At the free throw line by Xavier. They lead 59-58. K-State with the ball right back. 14 for 20 at the free throw line by Xavier in this game at this point. 5:20 remaining in their first lead since 1837 in the first half. Kansas State's got the basketball now. Dribbles at the right elbow. Back to the right wing perimeter. At least it's only a replay game, so it's not like it's a live stream with over like 100 people watching, like Duke against UNC and the whole thing. The whole community loses power when we got like a tie game in overtime or so right before Wendell Moore puts up the game-winning jumper. That shot's up. That shot's good right there for 2. 60-59 now. 4:50 left to go. Clemente hits the jumper. Dakota watching a movie called Fireproof. That's cool, man. That's awesome. Hopefully the video is a pretty cool one to watch. Swifty move into the lane. Xavier lays it up and in for 2 there. I actually took my Sportscaster stream down, so it went down since I lost power. It automatically gets taken down or so when you get knocked off. Tomorrow will be up 1 month since the whole Rudy Gobert touching the microphones, and then he was out of the game. Oklahoma City versus Utah, and then the whole NBA got suspended. And I mean, if it wasn't for Rudy Gobert, it could have been a whole lot worse now in the U.S. We probably would have had 1 million cases right now. So thank you to Rudy Gobert, because if he hadn't got sick and they had those conference tournaments go off with the major conferences, Big Ten, Big East, especially the Big East in the Big East at the Madison Square Garden, the A-10 in Brooklyn, if they had those conference tournaments go off with fans, and Rudy Gobert hadn't tested positive during that Wednesday night, that would have been just a disaster. an absolute disaster right now for the U.S. It would have spread like wildfire, even more. Like, it would have been like 1 million people by now that would have been infected if those basketball tournaments had gone off. And say somebody had got infected later on like Selection Sunday or so. As Kansas State takes the jumper, that one is up, that one is good. For 2, Xavier with the basketball now, takes it past half court, it gets stripped of the ball right there. Kansas State going to go inside to lay it up and in for 2 more. So 64-61 now the score. K-State leads, and the timeout taken. 4 minutes left to go in the second half. I do have a generator, but we only use it to, like, take showers. So that's the only thing that we use it for the generator, just to take showers. 4 minutes remaining. Xavier right back with the ball. They dribble now with 2 Holiday. Inside, floats it up. That shot gets blocked, but they're going to say before the shot gets blocked, he's going to commit the travel. So he travels with the ball, goes right back over to K-State. $64-51 the score. At least I didn't lose power, and then YouTube wouldn't allow me to check out of the video, and then the video would have been up for like 7-8 hours or so until it gets taken down. So Kansas State right back with the ball now under 4 left to go. So they take it past the half-court logo. They get the ball into the hands now of Clemente. Clemente passes inside, low post. They put it up with Curtis Kelly, and he gets fouled. Contacted there, so 2 coming up at the line now for Kansas State. Oh, that's awesome. Dakota plays guitar. That's great, man. That's great, man. I actually play the drums. I took a guitar class when I was a freshman in high school. But yeah, I grew up playing the drums. I play the drums now, I would say, probably for like 15 years now or so. Both of the shots missed free throws at the line at Kansas State. 3.5 left remaining. Xavier with the basketball. So they take it past half court to the hands of Holiday. 2 Holiday has it, moves it over. Left wing over to Jackson. Jackson passes left corner perimeter now for Xavier, and they move it around to the right wing. Back to the top of the key. Pass it over left wing here into the hands of Crawford. 3:10 remaining. Vegas Vicks used to play the saxophone. His old phone used to live in. Power turns off whenever his air conditioner was on in his old house. Whoa, jeez, man. At least the new house is doing much better. As that's a 3-point shot. That one taken down, they hit it. 64 even here in this one, with Xavier hits the 3, ties it up. Oh, that's great. Dakota's trying out for some bands. That's great, man. Jumper. Free throw circle. Goes down for 2 by K-State. And they're on top once again by 2. 2.5 remaining. Xavier right back with a possession here. Gonna dribble it past the half-court logo. Now they have it right wing perimeter for the Musketeers. Xavier moves it over left wing into the hands of Jackson now. Jackson passes left corner. Holloway takes the 3. He has got it. Splash right there from the outside by 2 Holiday. It's a 1-point lead by Xavier. 2:10 left remaining. Yes, yep, I remember that. That was, yep, really early March, or even like late February, I remember that on. And then I remember I was driving to my girlfriend's house, and I was listening to the radio station in Boston, and the sports announcers, it was 2 weeks before, it was 1.5 weeks before the whole thing went down with Rudy Gobert, and the announcer on the Boston sports radio station was like, what happens if one of these players gets infected? Because they couldn't believe that they were closing off the locker rooms at the time. A lot of people wasn't taking this seriously back like around like way early March, like March 3rd, March 4th, March 5th, like really early March. And then when Gobert tested positive on on March 11th, that's when every single thing changed. That's when the whole world basically changed, and we're all like, yeah, this is serious. And then people went out and bought toilet paper, toilet paper, toilet paper. Oof, that's not good there. That's not good having the critters running around your house like that. But yeah, that's good that you're into the new home, so that's great. Much indeed and definite upgrade over the old house there, man. Have I heard of Skillet? Yes, I've heard of Skillet there. First shot good at the free throw line. K-State ties it up at 67. Second shot coming up at the free throw line here. Already have players that's fallen out of this game right now. Wally Judge has fouled out for Kansas State, looks like. Picked up 5 fouls already. Second shot, no good. Rebounds by Xavier. A minute 40 left to go. Musketeers with the basketball to Holloway. Bounce pass to the right baseline to his teammates' hands, but bobbled as it's turned over. So Xavier turns over the ball, goes right back over to K-State. Minute 36 left to go. Von Herd German Soccer League wanting to resume their season May 1st, but without fans. He puts out, which, yeah, got about 20 days remaining to do that. And Germany, I mean, they had their worst day today in Germany, so it's probably not going to happen, most likely. Kansas State with the ball, tie game, 67 minute, 10 left remaining. They get the ball at that edge of that half-court logo now for K-State. So we approach that 1 minute mark. Dakota's having his Legends draft right now. That's great, man. That's a 3 taken. It's off the mark. No good. A rebound goes to Xavier here. Musketeers with the basketball. Going to take a 3. Holloway shoots it. It's no good, off the mark. Rebound back over to Kansas State. 50 seconds remaining now. Let's get a 20-second differential shot clock and game clock now. Kansas State going to take it past the half-court logo. They take a timeout. So timeout taken. 46.5 seconds left to go in the second half between these two teams right at the moment. So 46.5 left to go. Just fast forward it so we can get the inbound. Kansas State right back with the basketball. Now dribbles past half court. 67 even. K-State has it. Dribbles towards the left wing of the perimeter. Clemente passes now over top of the key to Poland. 33 seconds remaining. So a 20-second differential shot clock and game clock right now. Legends draft picks up Drew Bledsoe. Great pick right there for Dakota. 3 taken. K-State knocks it down. 23.6 left to go on the clock. And the Wildcats lead by 3. 18 seconds remaining. Xavier, top of the key. Now they dribble. Go inside, and it gets blocked from behind to get the offensive rebound. Puts it up and is up and in for 2 there by Xavier. 12 seconds remaining. Offensive rebound goes to Jason Love. Puts it up and puts it through for 2. And a timeout taken now by Chris Mack on the court. 12 seconds left to go. 70-69 Kansas State will get the basketball right back. So fast forward right after this timeout. K-State to inbounds. They pass it now into the hands of Poland. Poland dribbles and he gets fouled with 9.7. He'll go to the free throw line shooting the bonus. So, oh wow, so Dakota trying out for Skillet. Good luck, my man. That'd be incredible if he makes it into the band Skillet. If Rudy Gobert doesn't test positive anyway, sports leagues, yeah, they would have been suspended. Because March Madness before that was playing games, a couple of the conferences without fans. First shot, it is up, it is good at the free throw line by Jacob Poland of Kansas State. They lead by 2 right now. Poland finished this game with 28 points. They got 9.7 seconds left to go. Second shot coming up here at the free throw line. Shot number 2 here at the line by Poland. And it's up and good. They're going to need a 3 to tie it now, as both of the shots are good at the line by Poland. 9.7 left to go. Chris Mack will take another timeout. I'll fast forward for everyone. 10 fouls committed by Xavier, 9 by Kansas State. Xavier has made 4 out of the last 5 3-point shot attempts during this stage of the game. The Musketeers will inbound it. Remember that Gus Johnson was on the call for this game. This must have been a ridiculous call for him that he had with the classic with Gus Johnson. Xavier has it. Dribbles past half court. 5 seconds and they got fouled on a 3-point shot they try to float up on right there by Xavier. They get fouled and they're going to go to the line to shoot 3. Hey, what is good? Dangles, thanks so much for stopping by here. Welcome in. Yeah, that would be quite weird to see for sure, Vegas Vix, because we're always used to fans playing. But right now, we can use anything, like any way possible. I wouldn't mind if we get like any live sports without fans. Like it wouldn't matter right now because at least we need something to keep the world going. Even Drew Brees said that there needs to be live sports right now. First shot good at the free throw line. Xavier hits it. They're going to shoot 3 here. So that's the first one out of 3 at the line. It's 72-70 with 5 seconds remaining. Speaking about Drew Brees, he already has received an offer to be the next NBC Sports NFL analyst in the booth for Sunday Night Football. That's after he retires. So after he retires, Drew Brees will be one of the announcers there in the booth. He'll be the analyst there in place of Chris Collinsworth, most likely, it looks like, as he should be doing play-by-play with Al Michaels if he's on the call whenever after Drew Brees retires. Vaughn putting out PGA Tour could resume in May. May 21st it would be. Do I think they'll resume play? Yes. Golf courses are open throughout the U.S. and most of the states. So I think so. The PGA Tour will resume play. They're probably gonna do like most likely no fans. They should be playing right now because all you need is just like the golf caddy, you and a couple of other people there, and just socially distance. You're able to do it for the sport of golf. Socially distanced, so I don't see a problem there. And golf courses are open throughout like most of the states in the U.S. Not in my state, but most of the states they are. Third shot coming up at the free throw line. 5 seconds remaining. Yep, the basketball coach is yelling the plays out to the players with no fans. That'd be too funny to watch. And second free throw was good. Third one was good. We're tied up at 72. Kansas State gets the ball, dribbles past half court, takes the 3, desperation for the game, and it's no good off the mark. Off the mark, no good, and we're going into overtime. 72-72 now, OT. Sweet 16 throwback here, a decade. It's been already a decade since this game happened in 2010. Steve McNair, Dakota's next pick, he's got out. Throwback there with Steve McNair back in the day from Tennessee. Kyrie's meltdown with the Celtics, if I want to watch it, behind the arc fan is putting on about that right now. I think I'm all set with Kyrie, but yep, I remember that. Yeah, most likely it's going to be Drew Brees' last year as a Saint. I picture that too. So here we go. We're going to get to overtime, everyone. Tied up now at 72. As Xavier gets the ball here, going to throw in a play-by-play throwback here on the channel. Welcome to the channel, Greg Drelly. Thanks so much for stopping by. As Xavier goes inside, puts it up, and puts it through for 2. I think I'm all set with that right now. 4.5 left to go in OT. So we just started the overtime session. Kansas State now with the ball right wing perimeter to the hands of Clemente. Clemente now passes free throw circle back inside to the right baseline here for Xavier. Xavier low post turnaround hook shot. That one's up. Kelly puts it up and through for 2, and this game's tied up. Yep, Drew Brees will be much better than Chris Collinsworth for sure. Xavier with a possession. 4:10 left to go. Holloway dribbling now at the free throw circle. Now into the key. Passes that one over to the right baseline. Over to Crawford. Crawford going to take a three. It's up. No good. Hit the front rim. Offensive rebound goes to Taylor. Passes back out to Holloway. Holloway at the left wing perimeter. 3:55 left to go in overtime. Xavier's got the basketball right now. They dribble top of the key with it with the ball. Now to the left wing perimeter for Xavier. Going to take a deep three. It's off the mark. Not even close. Hit the bottom left part of the backboard. Xavier with the offensive rebound, but Taylor couldn't save it. As it goes out of bounds, Kansas State will get it right back. K-State will get back the basketball here. 3:46 left to go in OT. They will dribble past the half-court logo here for K-State. Now to the right elbow with Clemente. Bounce pass over right baseline here for Kansas State. Into the hands of Kelly. Kelly gets fouled with 3:28 left to go on the clock. Looks like free throws coming up. So 2 at the line by Kelly. First one coming up here. It's up. It's through. Yeah, golf isn't a contact sport. They should be definitely fine with that. Dan Marino. Dakota's got out. Next pick. Next one's up. Next one's through. Xavier will have the ball right back. Bounce pass off the backdoor cut. Puts it up. No good. Hit the front rim. Massive block there. Goes out of bounds. Huge block by Kansas State. Swat that one right out of there by Curtis Kelly. As Xavier will get the inbound as the ball goes out of bounds. So Xavier inbounds. They pass it around the perimeter right wing here. Got to get a shot right off for Xavier or something going on. We approach that 3-minute mark. Driving inside. Floats it up too high off the backboard. Ball tipped around. Knocked out of bounds. It's going to be out of bounds. Last touch by Xavier. So Kansas State will get it right back. 3:05 remaining now in this game in overtime. Ball goes right back over to K-State. Under 3 remaining in the first overtime session. They pass it over right corner perimeter. K-State has the ball. Moves it over to the free throw circle now. Former Patriot Dakota's got out for his next pick. K-State goes inside. Foul picked up in the low post there by Xavier. By number 15, Andrew Taylor. Stop the clock with 2:46 left to go in OT. You're going to have 2 shots coming up the line. Jamar Samuels here at the free throw line for Kansas State. He was only 56% on the season. Sean Jefferson, that's a throwback, man. It's going to be in the 90s there. Wow, what a name. Classic throwback. Yeah, it would have been a rough Vegas fix if the Saints never traded for Drew Brees. First shot's up. First shot's good at the free throw line by Kansas State. Second one. That one hit the front rim. Bounces to the back and it goes up. Luck of the bounce. Goes in for the free throw. 2:45 left to go. Xavier basketball. They trail by 4. Takes the ball past the half-court logo with Holiday. Holiday bounce pass over to the right corner perimeter. Taylor. He's got it down now. Moves it around to the perimeter here to Crawford. Crawford's got the ball with 2.5 remaining for Xavier. Pass over to Holiday. 15 on the shot clock. Deep 3. Going to take it. Oh, man, he's money. Hits it from behind the arc right there. It's a 1-point game. From the outside, Xavier hits it. K-State right back with the ball. To Holiday. 19 points at this stage of the game here in the overtime session by Xavier. Kansas State has it. Top of the key. Clemente. Moves it over left wing. Yeah, golf's not a contact sport, so they shouldn't really be testing positive there, Vaughn. They go inside. K-State puts it up and in for 2 right there in the key and the hook. NASCAR could resume in May. Possibly. They're going to do it with no fans, though, for NASCAR. That's what I see there for NASCAR. They would do it with no fans. Dribble drive into lane. Xavier with a layup. They get it up and in for 2. 80-79 to score. Yep, definitely agree right there, Vegas Vix. No better way for Drew Brees to do it than to walk off with a nice Super Bowl ring, that's for sure. K-State low post puts it up, and it's through right there for 2. And they get fouled as well. And they'll go to the line, shoot the and one. 1:19 left to go. Warren Sapp, throwback there to the Bucks back in the early 2000s with Warren Sapp. Dakota's got his next pick. He took Warren Sapp in his Legends draft. Kansas State at the free throw line, shooting 1. They missed the shot, no good. We're going to foul on the rebound. It's going to be a K-State foul, it looks like. So it's going to go right back to Xavier here. Minute 18 left remaining. It's going to be Jordan Crawford now at the line. So Crawford for Xavier, shooting at the free throw line. Minute 18 left to go in overtime. First shot by Crawford. It is up. It is good. 82-80. Second shot at the free throw line. That one's good. It's 82-81. Minute 10 now, left to go in overtime. Kansas State right back with the basketball. Dribbles past half court. Moves it over right wing to Poland. Who do I want you to pick? Anyone, feel free. It's a good, solid player there if he's available. And their Legends draft to take him. Hey, what is good, Brayton, man? Thanks so much, bud, for stopping by. I appreciate it. No problem, man. Thanks so much for stopping by, though. Hopefully all is well with you. Staying safe out there. 1 minute left to go in overtime. 1-point game right now. Throwback to March Madness tournament back in 2010 here. Sweet 16 game between these two teams. This game's in overtime right now. First one's good by Kansas State. 1 minute left to go in the overtime session. K-State at the line. Hit the first one. They'll have a second shot. Michael Irvin, Dakota's putting out here. Throwback. This Legends draft. Yeah, man. It's just been so weird trying to get through this here. We need live sports back like really soon. European Golf Tour postponed canceled tournaments until mid-June there in Europe. Yeah, it doesn't surprise me. I heard about that Vegas fix. I think Yanni Caracas covered that for the sports wrap on WPRI, I think like a couple of nights ago. They FaceTimed a URI wideout as Kansas State hits the free throw. Xavier right back with the ball as they moved around the perimeter. Top of the key, going to take a 3. They hit it. Huge three-point shot by Xavier. This game's tied up at 84. 38 seconds left to go in overtime. Bounce pass to the left wing. Xavier now. Kansas State with the ball. Left baseline dribble. They finish up and in right there off the backboard for 2 more. 30 seconds remaining. It's a 2-point lead by K-State. What a game here. Sweet 16. I remember portions of this game, I believe. Sweet 16. 2010. Top of the key 3. Xavier missed it, though. Hit the front rim. Rebound Kansas State with 18 seconds, and Xavier has to commit the foul. So Kansas State will go to the free throw line. Chris Merriweather, who happened to be a 74% shooter, was 2 for 2 at this stage of the game. He's at the free throw line. First shot's up. No good. Hit the back iron. He missed it. Second shot here coming up at the free throw line for K-State. And that one goes up, and that one, luck of the bounce, goes up and in. So they got a 3-point lead now. Xavier right back with the ball. Takes it past the half-court logo. Now dribbles at the right wing. 10 seconds. They got to get a shot off here. Into the hands of Crawford. Dribbles now right wing. 6 seconds. Oh, deep 3. Parking lot. He has got it. Massive 3-point shot. It's like a 26-footer to tie this game up at 87. That was ridiculous. Floater at the horn. No good. Right baseline. And we're going into a double overtime. What a classic here between these two teams. Double OT. Gus Johnson was going bonkers on the call when these two teams played. 87-87 in the double overtime now. What a shot there by Xavier. That had to be like a 25, 26-foot shot from the right wing of the perimeter by Jordan Crawford. He was the star of this game for Xavier. Unfortunately for the Musketeers, we'll see what they can do in the overtime session here against K-State. So here we go. Double overtime. We're going to start up right now. First possession goes to K-State. They go left to right on the court here in the double OT session. Now they make their move. Dribble drive inside. Floats it up too high. No good off the backboard by Clemente. Rebound goes to Xavier. Xavier now with the ball. Jumper. Free throw circle. This one up, and it's good. Jordan Crawford hits it right there for 2. And the Musketeers have the 2-point lead. Next pick right here. Dakota's got Isaac Bruce. He's got out with his pick right there. Yeah, it makes sense for them to postpone, cancel events on European Golf Tour because it's all over Europe. It's all over the country. Europe, a month ago, was the worst part of it. Now it's shifted to the U.S. K. Whitty Pay here from Rhode Island. Michigan Wolverine. Vegas Vix is putting out. That'd be awesome if the Pats could draft him. Can team up with Chase Winovich, also a Michigan Wolverine. Kansas floats it up. It's up and good for 2. 89-89 the score. Double overtime. Xavier takes the jumper. It's off the mark. No good. A rebound goes back to K-State. Inside. Dribble drive into lane. Missed the layup, but they get the offensive rebound right there. Slamming it down for 2 by K-State, and they lead now. 91-89. 3:25 left to go. Xavier misses another jumper. Rebound by K-State here. They take it a distance and pull and loses control of the ball and then goes out of bounds as he tried to go dribble drive into the lane. Lost control of the ball and he went out of bounds with it. Hey, welcome in Hen BKK. Welcome to the channel for finding my stream. Yeah, hopefully next year for K Whitty there. Dakota's gonna go. No problem, man. Thanks so much for stopping by. That wraps up the first night here of his Legends draft he's got. So thanks so much, Dakota, for stopping by, and stay safe out there and enjoy the rest of your night. Hello, Hen BKK. 3:21 left to go in double overtime. K-State with a 2-point lead on a throwback, calling play-by-play between these two teams. European Golf Tour having tournaments China, India, and Dubai. Juan's punting out. So, yeah, not going to go to China anytime soon. But, yeah, a lot of these countries are closed. They're going to be closed probably for, like, the next, like, few months. Xavier goes inside. Crawford puts it up, and it's up and in for 2 more. He's got 30 points at this stage of the game and ties it up at 91. 2:45 left to go in double overtime. K-State right back with the ball. Moves it out to the left wing. Takes a 3. It's off the mark. Huge rebound, though. It's going to be a foul push-off right there by Xavier, by number 15, Andrew Taylor. Picks up the foul on the rebounds. And K-State should be going to the free throw line. Yes. They'll be going to the line with Louis Cologne, number 15. First shot coming up, K-State. It's up, no good. Hit the back iron. At this stage of the game, 2 players out for Kansas State. Out of the game, they fouled out. 1 by Xavier, and 3 other players with 4 fouls picked up by Xavier. Cologne missed the first one. Second one at the line. Missed that one. Both of the shots no good. Xavier gets the rebound. 2:30 remaining. Musketeers with the ball into the hands of Crawford. Passes now over to Jason Love. Love with 15 seconds left to go on the shot clock. We get a timeout here taken on the court. 91-91, 2:20 left to go. The winner of this game would take on Butler. Butler beat won against Syracuse in the Sweet 16. How we all know how that went in 2010. Butler and Gordon Hayward. 91-91 the score right now as Kansas State has the basketball. As we approach that 2-minute mark remaining. No, I am not surprised that the European Golf Tour travels to Asian countries. Even though it's in Asia there. The name's kind of deceiving, but I guess they didn't want to call it the Asian Golf Tour for some reason. Where was I during this game back in 2010? I might have been at home, but I don't think I watched the game in its full entirety. Hey, what is good? Woody is back here. Thanks so much for stopping by here again. If you were on when this whole stream paused, my apologies for that. I actually lost power like a half an hour ago or so, that's why the stream paused for a little bit. 91-91, 1:40 left to go in double overtime, as that was an offensive foul called on Kansas State, so Xavier's got the basketball. Holiday dribbles inside, try to dish it back outside, ball gets deflected out of bounds though by Kansas State. So Xavier will get it right back, 1:34 left to go in double overtime. Xavier, inbounds, backdoor cut, they put it up and in for 2. They lead by 2 here, 93-91. K-State right back with the ball. Minute 20 left to go. Canceled a golf tournament in Sweden in June. Yeah, it doesn't surprise me. June is way too early for this stuff right now. Once you get into July and August, it's going to be more like time will tell what happens. Right corner 3, K-State puts it out with 1:05 left to go, and they got it. Hits down the triple from behind the arc. The Wildcats take the lead. Yeah, no problem, Woody. Thanks so much, man, for coming back here, finding me after the power outage. I appreciate it. Luckily, the lights only flickered, which was good. We got like 40-50 mile per hour wind gusts out here today. We have like I think it's still raining outside. It was raining I think a couple hours ago. It was sunny for the first part of the day. Then it changed over to rain. Back into the game. Xavier takes a 3, no good, rattled out, gets the offensive rebound, and we got a foul in the low post. Foul in the low post here. It's going to be picked up by Kansas State. So Xavier will go to the line. Shoot 2 with Jason Love. First free throws tonight. First one, no good. Missed it. Rattled out. Second shot coming up at the free throw line in just a moment by Xavier. The shot's up. The shot is good. You got that one. 94-94 to score. 50.8 left to go. Kansas State will get the basketball. Double overtime as they take this ball past the half-court logo. Moves it over left wing perimeter for K-State. Passes now top of the key into the hands of Merriweather. Moves it over now right wing over to Clemente. 34 seconds remaining. Passes open, man. Going to take a 3. He's got it. Kansas State hits a huge three-point shot as they lead by 3 here with 28 seconds remaining. Xavier with the basketball. Holloway goes inside, and we get a foul picked up by Kansas State. That's just a mental error right there by the Wildcats as they pick up the foul on 2. Holloway, sending him to the free throw line. 85% shooter back in 2010. He's 8 for 11 at this stage of the game at the free throw line. First shot's up. That one's good. 2-point game right now. Kansas State leads 97-95 in overtime. Second shot coming up. 25 seconds left remaining by 2. Holiday. He has got it. 10 fouls each by both of these teams, and Kansas State will get the inbounds. They inbound it, and the foul picked up by Xavier here. 97-96. Jacob Poland will go to the free throw line. He's a perfect 2 for 2 tonight. First one by Poland. He has got it. Nails that one down at the free throw line. This game was at Salt Lake City back in the Sweet 16 of 2010. Throwback here for everyone on the channel. Second shot coming up by Poland at the line. And this one's up. This one is good. Went to the bottom part of the rim, went back to the back, and it stayed still in the front rim once again and went in. So 3-point lead by Kansas State. 20 seconds remaining. Xavier with the basketball. Right baseline to top of the key. Shot fake. Clears some space. Takes a 3. It's up. No good. Missed it. Rebound Kansas State to get fouled with 11.6 remaining. And they'll go to the free throw line with Dennis Clemente. And Vaughn has been also listening to Rewind by Rossi Vasco here. He's letting me know about that. So he's got a song he's been doing or so. Did I find out there's another pandemic in Puerto Rico? I actually did not know that. Of a separate one in Puerto Rico. Kansas State at the line. First shot up. It is good. So they get triple digits on the board. Just going to slide this over. So they got a 100 spot on the board now. 196. Canceled a golf tournament in Czech Republic in late August. Wow. So yeah, it's probably going to come to Czech Republic later. So, because right now it's starting to get bad in other countries. Like Spain, France, Italy. Like that's been like earlier. Now it's starting to get into like other countries like Serbia, Slovakia, Portugal. Getting a lot of quicker cases lately. Second shot here coming up at the free throw line. Kansas has got it. 101-96 now the score. What's my take on the whole virus thing? This is just unfortunate. It's gonna be a long way until we get back to like organized, like live like sports once again. Like, that's the last thing that's gonna happen. Like, we're gonna have to open up the economy just really slowly once things start taking better. Once we keep on going, like, downward with the cases and show, like, a lot of improvement there with the social distancing. Sports will probably be the last thing. Like, NFL games being played with, like, actual fans, that's gonna be the last thing. Xavier gets the inbound, down by 5, 2 seconds left to go. They take a 3, it's off the mark, no good. And that's the ball game here, everyone. Thanks so much for joining me on the channel here, everybody. On the Throwback play-by-play. Back to 2010 here on the channel. Classic Throwback back in the day. Big thank you all for being a part here when I lost power earlier today. So big thank you all for coming back here. So I lost power for a couple minutes. This game has gone final 101-96. Throwback to the 2010 Sweet 16 tournament. As that was just one crazy game. What steps have I taken to make sure I don't get it is just socially distance and avoid crowds. And just don't be next to like a group of people. So here in the U.S. they have banned gatherings. I think of like 10 people or more. So just don't gather with large groups and you'll be fine. Don't touch your face. That's the big thing. Don't touch your face, your mouth, your nose, or your eyes. Just don't do it because that's how it starts to enter in your system. Say if you went to like touch a surface or touch something in the grocery market, like some type of like box of food, and then you touch your face after somebody else touched it, picked it up, put it back. You never know. You never know, so make sure not to do that. Don't touch your face, don't touch your eyes, don't touch your ears, don't touch your nose. Just don't do it. That's the big thing here. But thank you all so much for stopping by. Make sure everyone to stay safe out there. I appreciate everybody for being a part here on the channel, as this is Behind the Arc Basketball on YouTube. Thank you so much, everyone. Enjoy the rest of your Friday night, as we're going to sign off here on the channel. And stay safe here, everybody, as this is Behind the Arc Basketball on YouTube. Enjoy the rest of your Friday nights.